Hello and welcome. I'm Scott Dennis.
And I'm Jacqueline Matter. Thanks for joining us. Topping our news at 6, a judge has decided to allow the renourishment of Lido Beach with sand from Big Pass. The permit is an effort by the city of Sarasota to fix the 2.4-mile erosion that has occurred on Lido.
This ruling comes after Siesta Key petitioners sued to stop the project 18 months ago. ABC 7's Taylor Torredegano is live from a private beach near Big Pass now. Taylor?
Good evening, Scott, Jacqueline. Can you see that post in the water just behind me? Right there is Big Pass, and that's where the city wants to remove 1.3 million cubic yards of sand from there to Lido Beach.
Hi, Lido. There's sand out there. Go get it.
Just not from here, David Patton says. He lives right next to Big Pass.
I'm going to protect my neighborhood.
And is part of the group suing the city of Sarasota to stop them from taking this sand.
I've walked Lido, I've been out there, they need sand. But the fact that they're going to try and dredge Big Pass, which has never been touched in the history of man, there is a lot of sand all over it, out east, out there. How long that barge going to sit out there and that's not fair.
On top of the noise, those opposing this project say it would have negative impacts on the environment and affect the iconic sand of Siesta Key. This aerial view shows the sand from Big Pass petitioners say protects Siesta from the same erosion happening on Lido Beach. But after studying these claims, the judge denied them, granting the city permission to remove up to 1.3 million cubic yards of sand.
1 to 10 scale of critical issues we're facing. This is a 10, maybe an 11.
So critical, Sarasota city manager says, because with the current condition of Lido Beach, a hurricane could cause massive flooding to city streets.
We also have to shut down our water system. We have to shut down our sanitary sewage system. We cannot risk saltwater intruding back into our utility plants. Those would be mega $1 million expenses and could virtually shut down the whole system for the city.
Still, those advocating for Big Pass say they're not giving up.
Oh no, I've lived here all my life. I'm going to fight this tooth and nail.
Now, the city says it will start the project that is supposed to cost nearly $22 million as soon as those federal funds are available. The city of Sarasota will be responsible for paying 19% of that. I'm live from Big Pass. Taylor Torredegano, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Okay, thank you, Taylor. A senior community is dealing with a flooding problem despite no rainfall. Swifton Villas residents say water has been leaking from a tank, flooding portions of the complex 2 to 3 inches deep in some parts. One resident's home taking a hit with water flooding into her patio. Even a portion of the parking lot flooding, making it difficult for residents to get in and out of their cars.
And it's, kind of dangerous for seniors to be walking through water.
Older folks have anxieties anyway, and so they see something like this and they start to worry. Really, this shouldn't happen.
The county says it was a mechanical failure that took place while these tanks were being serviced, and they are now telling us that the problem has been fixed, so water there should start to recede.
This week, the National Weather Service and local agencies are hoping people will get ahead of the game as hurricane season fast approaches. Each day this week, the agency is focusing on what you can do to prepare and get ready. Today, the focus of National Hurricane Preparedness Week is flood insurance. If you haven't already bought a policy, now would be a good time. Besides that, you should also make sure you have coverage to protect your home and your car. This week, the Weather Service is offering tips on evacuation plans, how to protect and strengthen your home, and putting together a disaster kit.
We believe everybody should be prepared for a minimum of 72 hours. So you have a 3-day kit of supplies to last you for after the storm. It's better to have at least a week. We know we lost power in some cases for up to 11 days. So people need to put together a supply kit.
That kit should have water, food, medicine, and cash. McCrane says you want to have enough, again, to last a few days after the storm if the power is indeed out. Something you can almost count on if we get some high winds here.
Very true. And also, if you do have a flood insurance policy, if you have not gotten one, those do take about 30 days to go into effect.
Yep.
So. Well, let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan. Bob? How's the weather look for us this evening?
Well, we are going to talk a little tropics a little later in this newscast. We'll show you a system that is going to try to pop up a long way away from now, but I just want to show you that before social media gets a hold of it and you get all worried and concerned. But for the time being, we have some high clouds ripping on by the Gulf of Mexico now, streaming overhead. High pressure is still in control, and this high pressure ridge will shift off a little bit to the east over the next 48 hours, and that will bring us some more southeasterly wind component. But until then, things are going to stay pretty dry here. We'll stay dry, and we'll be about 5 to 7 degrees above average for the high temperature. We'll be pretty close for the low temperature, looks like, for the upcoming days. No real threat of any significant rainfall around here. A few showers are possible down in South Florida where they're closer to that tropical moisture. Right now it's 88. It's cooled 3 degrees in about 2 hours. It was 91 just 2 hours ago. The humidity is extremely low, and that means the fire danger is extremely high, and that will stay that way tomorrow. Winds out of the north-northeast at 10, and the pressure is holding steady now at 29.96 inches. This is the European forecast model showing some clouds increasing on Saturday. I'll take a look at our rain chances for Saturday and Sunday as the weekend is fast approaching. Details on that in just a few minutes. Back to you.
All right, we'll talk to you then. Thanks, Bob. A judge's ruling could bring another hospital to South Sarasota County. Sarasota Memorial Hospital and Venice Regional have both asked the Agency for Healthcare Administration for approval to build new hospitals in Venice. However, the hospitals aren't far from each other. SMH would like to build on Laurel Road and Venice Regional at Jacaranda Boulevard and Venice Avenue. After a legal battle, the hospitals both received approval, and the CEOs both say they welcome the competition.
I think it will raise the quality of care in the community by having competition. We have people that choose us. We have people that choose Sarasota Memorial now.
I have no problem with them having a hospital down an exit away. I welcome it because I think that makes everyone just that much better.
Well, there's one more round of approvals needed until the hospitals can officially start building.
2 huge murals will soon be painted in downtown Sarasota. The City Public Art Committee approving that project today. They'll be painted on the outside of the Bold Lofts on 2nd Street. The building is currently under construction. The developer wants a Ringling College student to paint the statue of David on one side and the Victory statue on the other.
Always adding art to downtown
Yes, we are.
Sarasota.
Still to come on your Suncoast News tonight, new details in a Disney discrimination lawsuit, why the workers are no longer fighting for their rights.
Plus, Governor Rick Scott on the Suncoast today will show you what he had to say.
Supan, part of the U.S. Paralympic rugby team. In my game, movement is everything. I get frustrated when my move is blocked, especially when that guy has no right to be there, even just for a minute. I love a challenge, but I don't like to play this game every day.
A message from the United Spinal Association.
Picking out a new ceiling fan? That's a do-it-yourself. Installing your new ceiling fan?
No.
That's a don't do it yourself. For ceiling fans, rewires, or anything electrical, play it safe. And call on the trained electricians from your locally owned Mr. Sparky. It's no accident that so many of our customers are repeat customers. Trust Mr. Sparky for all your electrical repairs.
Call 888-8-SPARKY.
I heard about the Dotole Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Dotole Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was and some additional cancers that were not found during the biopsy. I would recommend the Dotole Cancer Center. As a group of human beings, they are unbelievably great.
My California Closets experience has been wonderful. My mother's a huge inspiration. Before she passed away, she would say, you should do something special for yourself. First time I saw my closet, I immediately thought, this is the best thing I've ever done for myself. I call it my Tiffany style closet. I mean, I can shop in my own closet every day. I love that. My name is Cynthia, and this is my California Closets story.
All right, crew, let's get started. All right.
Don't ignore the law. You must call 811 at least 2 to 3 days before any digging project so you can avoid hitting our essential buried utilities. For digging projects big or small, make the call to 811.
Tomorrow at 4 on Suncoast View.
Homemade means it's from the heart. I'm Joey Panic. On Suncoast View, our favorite mom blogger brings gifts that dads and kids can make together to give mom for Mother's Day. Then we learn an easy way to make and use chalk paint for gifts or to give old furniture a brand new look. Plus, we'll learn about the mission behind the Harvey Milk Festival, and Baker and Wife Restaurant joins us in the kitchen.
Tomorrow at 4 on Suncoast View.
Law enforcement using some new technology to fight back against those gas skimmers. It's a new technology created at the University of Florida, and it caught the attention of the largest police force in the U.S. Skim Reaper, as they call it, is being tested by the New York Police Department. It's built to detect credit and debit card skimmers that crooks put on gas pumps.
I have like 4 detectives who do the ATM skimming full time. When I could take someone who's untrained or has some more free time to go out and do these inspections, it's certainly a help.
Detectives say they're conducting further field tests before considering a mass purchase of these devices.
Well, stay with us. Bob Harrigan will have a look at your first alert weather forecast and when you can expect some rain in the coming days.
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help with Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. Custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories. Custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sonny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.
Rugs as Art. You know the name, you know the building, but do you know what's inside? Yes, Rugs as Art is Florida's #1 area rug superstore. But there is so much more. Amazing furniture, accessories, and art. All this and more. Come see for yourself. You'll love our personal touch and be pleasantly surprised by our affordable prices. Rugs as Art and more. There is so much more to explore.
Since 2004, Embracing Our Differences has used the power of art and education to promote diversity. One way it accomplishes this is through its annual outdoor exhibition of 45 billboard-sized works of art, each accompanied by an inspirational quote. Join us in creating a community that is inclusive for all, where differences are embraced and individuality is celebrated. We invite you to celebrate the voices and visions of diversity and inclusion at this year's exhibit at Sarasota's Island Park.
My credit score was not that great.
I didn't understand what went into my credit score.
It was overwhelming.
Do you want to attain better credit health but don't know where to start? Credit Sesame can help by providing you a free credit score.
I love the app. It's so easy to use. It's like having your own financial coach.
Credit Sesame broke my credit score down into things that I understood, and it made me think I can do this.
And the awesome thing about Credit Sesame, it's free.
It's 100% free.
You don't need to go it alone. Get started today at creditsesame.com.
Are you a food lover, restaurant goer, or home cook? Then check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. ABC 7's own Chef Judy serves up her favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, and helpful step-by-step videos. And you'll love the restaurant guide with direct links to your favorite Suncoast eateries. Whether you're cooking in or dining out, whet your appetite with tasty tips from Chef Judy at mysuncoast.com/dining. Here's today's job of the day. ABC 7 is seeking a part-time news specialist for live news broadcasts, a public affairs show, and paid programs. Visit mysuncoast.com/job-of-the-day to apply.
Temperatures were up today.
You could feel it.
91 the high, not too far away from the record. We've had 90s for 3 days in a row now, and looks like another day possible tomorrow. It's going to be real close to it. The good news is that the air quality index has come down today.
Yeah,
that's a result of more of an easterly wind, so we never got that sea breeze to bring the ozone back into the coast. So we are getting a little sea breeze right now, but the heat of the day is gone for that matter. And getting a look at the Anna Maria webcam where the sea breeze has moved through. We are looking at Bimini Bay, another beautiful day out there on the waters Had a chance to get out there with Captain Johnny and enjoyed it. And again, fair skies. There's some high clouds around. Could make for a beautiful sunset tonight. Maybe too many high clouds. We'll see. Staying dry through Friday. That's the weather headlines right now. And then on Saturday, a slight chance for showers, as this moisture will be slow in returning at this point, so the rain chance is not all that high. It had been higher just a couple of days ago, so we're bringing that down. Then, though, unfortunately, Mother's Day, still a good chance for showers and a few thunderstorms, especially in the afternoon and evening on Sunday. So that's how it reads right now. Well, the futurecast for the next 24 hours looks pretty good for us. Another gorgeous beach day expected. Some high clouds I mentioned streaming around. We could even see some patchy fog forming inland to start things off on Thursday morning. It should be really nice, though. We had a nice start this morning. We're in the mid-60s with low humidity around. I'm talking really quite low in the 20 to 30 percentile range. And then all this tropical moisture kind of stays down here south of our area, but eventually it starts to work northward on Friday, and especially getting in place on Saturday late afternoon and evening, just in time for Sunday, as a little low pressure area tries to develop in the eastern Gulf of Mexico. That little low will bring us a good chance for showers and even a few thunderstorms riding in through Monday. All this dry air that's around associated with the trough and the jet stream is shifting off to the northeast now. It's going to lift and get out of here, and that will allow for that trough to kind of move on in along with that tropical moisture. Well, Titan radar picture not depicting any rain around here. We don't anticipate any rain. Again, that sea breeze is right there. It's just now made it just to the west of I-75 Manatee County. It has cleared Anna Maria Island and into Bradenton as well as Palmetto. Temperature's currently 88. It hasn't moved through the airport quite yet. Right there at Cortez, it has cooled, though, down to 83 degrees. That's one of the benefits of the sea breeze in the summer. It does have a tendency to cool things down a little bit, but unfortunately, in the summer, the water temperature is about 88, 89 degrees, but right now, it's a little bit cooler at 78, 88 degrees now in Northport. Currently the same at the Sarasota Bradenton Airport, but this is the number that's keeping things comfortable around town. 29% on the relative humidity. The barometer 29.96 inches. High today, as I mentioned, 91. That's well above the average of 85. 94 the record. And here's the GFS forecast model showing, this is from Saturday morning, indicating that we will see some clouds around on Saturday. But then that moisture kind of stays to our south. This is Saturday night at 7 o'clock. It's starting to move back northward now. And then Sunday at 1 p.m. we start to see showers and storms moving in. There's a chance for a few morning showers on Sunday too. And then this low pressure area tries to develop right there in the eastern Gulf of Mexico. So we'll keep a pretty good chance for scattered showers and storms on into Monday. Now on the social media sites, you're going to start to see the possibility of some tropical development. Don't believe it quite yet. This is a long way off. 11 days from now. There's a chance we may see an area of low pressure. Right there it is, just south of Cuba. And this would indicate we'd have a tropical storm here. But again, I caution you, this is a long way off. And the GFS has a tendency to just spin things up. So we'll watch it, though. We'll keep an eye on it for you. As far as the rain goes, into the storm systems over the northern plains and into the Great Lakes, they're pushing off to the east. That storm track has really shifted well up to the north. Now, as far as boating goes, we are looking at decent boating weather. Seas will be running less than 2 feet for the most part, and we are anticipating no real threat of any rainfall out there. 7-day forecast calling for dry weather Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 30% chance, mainly late in the day. A better chance for scattered storms on Sunday and Monday, and then a little less on Tuesday, but then they'll come back on Wednesday. Back to you.
All right, thanks, Bob. Governor Rick Scott in North Venice today promoting his campaign for U.S. Senate. The governor visited PGT Innovations, a business that builds high-performance windows and doors. It's also Sarasota County's biggest employer. Governor Scott highlighting his second proposal of his Make Washington Work plan. That proposal that is now being pushed would require a supermajority vote on 2/3 of each House of Congress to approve any tax or fee increase before it can become law.
People are very interested in getting somebody new that has new ideas that's going to, clearly focus on Florida. So it's been a lot of fun. We're working to get our message out that this is now we're going to have somebody in Washington that's going to represent all of us.
Governor Scott talked about his first proposal 1 month ago when he announced his run for U.S. Senate. That proposal is to implement term limits for members of Congress.
House Speaker Richard Corcoran is pulling out of the Republican primary race for governor and instead endorsing Adam Putnam. Corcoran says he reevaluated his long speculated bid to succeed Governor Rick Scott, but ultimately decided against running. Corcoran feels Putnam is the GOP's best chance to keep the governor's mansion in Republican control, where it has been now for nearly 20 years.
Happening now, law enforcement are frantically searching for a boy inside a retention pond in Orlando where they think a gator might have dragged him under. Somebody called 911 around 1 o'clock this afternoon saying they saw a teenage boy flailing his arms in the water while screaming. The caller adding that the boy was shouting that it bit him, but they've canvassed the neighborhood and nobody has reported any young boys missing.
We did find a shirt and the shoe down in that area, but we don't know how old or how long it's been there. But we have found a couple of items down there in the area in which the individual was reported to have been seen in the water.
Authorities also say neighborhood residents have previously reported the presence of a 6-foot alligator in that retention pond.
After years of fighting, a Sarasota attorney drops a discrimination lawsuit against Disney. Sarah Blackwell has been representing 30 of the 250 IT employees laid off by Disney back in 2015. According to those employees, they were forced to train their replacements from India or lose their severance package. Today, 3 of those former Disney employees stood next to Blackwell as she announced that she was dropping the case. Blackwell says what Disney did is legal because of a loophole in American law.
This is not just a loss for Disney workers. It is a loss for the millions of American workers who have been and are now suffering from this terrible business model.
Blackwell says she still plans to fight for American workers' rights because what Disney did to its employees is happening all across the nation.
Tonight, after announcing the United States is out of the Iran nuclear deal, President Trump now turns to North Korea.
When I make promises, I keep them.
With stakes this high, World News Tonight with David Muir is America's most watched newscast.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
During the past 10 years, Tidewell Hospice volunteers have provided more than 1 million hours of service. They sit with patients, giving caregivers a break. They work in offices. They take their furry friends on pet therapy visits. They even clown around. Every task performed by a volunteer makes a difference in the lives of our patients and their families. Join Tidewell's volunteer team. They're truly 1 in a million. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Picking out a new ceiling fan? That's a do-it-yourself. Installing your new ceiling fan?
No.
That's a don't do-it-yourself. For ceiling fans, rewires, or anything electrical, play it safe. And call on the trained electricians from your locally owned Mr. Sparky. It's no accident that so many of our customers are repeat customers. Trust Mr. Sparky for all your electrical repairs.
Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Army National Guard soldiers serve to give back to their country and their community. Their part-time commitment qualifies them for benefits such as health and life insurance, education benefits, and retirement and VA home loan benefits. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
This Friday is Dick Vitale's 13th annual gala to raise money for children's pediatric cancer research.
Vitale has offered emotional and financial support to countless local children on his way to raising more than $20 million for the cause.
ABC 7's Ray Collins is profiling some of those young people that Vitale has helped.
And tonight we meet Jake Charaska, who says he would not be here if not for people like Vitale.
When I was diagnosed at 2 years old.
Jake Charaska was just a toddler when his parents noticed balance issues. Doctors first thought it was an ear infection, but it wound up being something much worse, an aggressive cancerous tumor called neuroblastoma. Years later, knock on wood, he's healthy and has begun a foundation to support other kids going through what he did.
My perspective has always been much different than people my age, and I realized the importance of trying to help the kids that were going through what I went through. Because if I didn't get the support from the people around me, I wouldn't be here today.
Well, you know, I think, Ray, it really catches you after a while when you're starting to talk to parents that lose their children.
And to Jake, Dick Vitale's support was huge.
People like him are the reason why I'm here. He lives his life like he's 20 years old.
And speaking of 20-year-olds, this little kid that had trouble with balance is now a college baseball player while running his foundation and making a point to be kind to others. He says nearly dying before his 2nd birthday changes a person.
It makes me realize that everybody around me is going through something that I don't know about.
Do you think this whole thing has made you a better person?
Oh, absolutely.
In Sarasota, Ray Collins, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
And we have some new details tonight. Dick Vitale telling us that Jake raised and contributed $5,000 to the V Foundation. For more information on Friday's gala or the V Foundation, you can head over to our website at mysuncoast.com.
Well done, Jake.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Very impressive.
$5,000, not easy to do. Great day for anything outside if you maybe had some air conditioning nearby.
Yeah, it wasn't bad though with the low humidity. I'm kind of liking it because
Yeah?
I know it's ahead. You know, I mean,
That's
when
true.
you walk out of your car from just a short distance, you're usually sopping wet because of the humidity. But it's been kind of Arizona dry out there, and it's nice. And love bug report.
Oh,
they're
goodness.
they're pretty thick.
They're everywhere.
A couple
They
more
are
weeks.
everywhere.
Couple more weeks to go.
Thanks for joining us tonight. World News Tonight with David Muir is coming up.
We'll see you again at 11. Have a good night.
My California Closets experience has been wonderful. My mother's a huge inspiration. Before she passed away, she would say, you should do something special for yourself. First time I saw my closet, I immediately thought, this is the best thing I've ever done for myself. I call it my Tiffany style closet. I mean, I can shop in my own closet every day. I love that. My name is Cynthia, and this is my California Closets story.
Did you know you could get life insurance for less than 32 cents a day? With guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance through TruStage, you can get up to $25,000 in protection with a single phone call. TruStage can help free your family from immediate financial stress when you're gone.
Utility bills, mortgages, car payments, those are a lot of things that can add up pretty fast.
And even if you're on a fixed income, prices fit your budget, starting at less than 32 cents a day. Plus, your price will never increase and your benefit will never decrease. And with no medical tests or health questions, you cannot be turned down for any reason. Call 1-800-842-7189. Now, for a free, no-obligation quote, TruStage offers plans to fit your budget. Help protect your family from immediate financial burdens after you're gone with guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance through TruStage. Call 1-800-842-7189 now.
All hands on deck. What's up? I want to point out 3 tips for using the home computer more safely. Point away.
First, stop. Make sure your software is up to date and that you've password protected your computer's login and Wi-Fi connection.
Next, think before visiting a site, opening attachments, or clicking on links.
Then connect, knowing you're helping make the web safer for you
and for everyone. Make Stop, Think, Connect part of your daily online routine.
In life after the military, it's our duty as veterans to have each other's back. I'm retired Colonel Greg Gatson, and it's my mission to help you get the benefits and services you've earned. If you need to file a VA claim, remember these important steps. Submit an online claim through ebenefits.va.gov. Work with an accredited Veteran Service Organization, or VSO. And if you need to attend a VA claim exam, please go. Visit this website to learn what to expect.